Good morning. My name is Tom. I come to you from the Rustic log cabin in Northern Maine. Welcome to my reloading room this morning. Have yourself a cup of coffee. I've decided that I'm going to do a little series on this. I'm not sure how long, how many will come out, but I've got some great comments from the two videos that we've already done. One was kind of a leading into it, and then actually did the number one a week ago, the first one in the series. And there's a common theme in the comments that we're probably gonna step on some toes here. Mainly, I think I just want to break some myths that people have in their heads about reloading. Now, we're not going to do that in one or two videos, so I'm not even going to try. What I want to do here is quite a few people in my comments that have been on the fence about trying it or starting it or afraid to, and then the other myth is cost, too costly. I think the other really biggest myth is time consuming. This is not time consuming at all whatsoever. It really isn't. With the basic equipment that I have, and I will show you the RCBS single stage press that I have for building bullets. I can still produce, when I'm really in the groove of it, sit right here and just punching out bullets. Man, I can build hundreds of bullets. But I normally come up here, I sit down with a cup of coffee, I break the bullets down into stages, where I'll clean them one afternoon or one evening. But get back to what I was just saying so I don't lose track. Even if you don't try, you can still produce 2 boxes of bullets an hour. That's 40 cartridges an hour. And you can bump it up from there. I mean, it all depends on how far you want to go and how fast you want to go. I like to take my time, enjoy what I'm doing up here. I like being up here in the gun room and with my reloading stuff, so that's not an issue at all. But if you're thinking time is a big deal here to not getting into it, it's not. If you build two boxes of bullets an hour, let's say they are dirt cheap at $20 a box like we used to be able to buy them. That's $40 an hour. I would say most of the people watching this video don't make $40 an hour. And if you start getting into the bigger cartridges, the more money ones, $50 a box, $60 a box, $70 a box, now you're into some serious money per hour at only 2 boxes per hour. So as far as, time consuming and money's the issue, I don't see how you cannot afford to get into reloading at today's prices. Now, I'm not pushing this on you. If you don't want to get into it, that's fine. Like I said, we're probably going to step on some toes with this kind of a series. Everybody's got strong opinions about it, and that's fine. Keep the comments nice. Any negativity comments won't see the light of day. So keep your comments nice, and I will proceed on with this. But today I want to go over this equipment, basic equipment. What I started out with, and pretty much what I'm still using today. There's 2 things you see here, the biggest things on this table. There's a tumbler. I bought this tumbler used 25 years ago for $75. It's still going. I still use it. This is my newest tumbler because the newest and biggest and baddest, and everybody's saying that. So I wanted to give it a try. This is what's called a wet tumbler. Now, I'm not going to get into it, but we're going to step on toes right now. I don't like wet tumbling cartridges. I thought I might. I tried it out. I don't like it at all. It is a lot more work. I don't think the cases come out as nice as they do tumbling in corn and other things that I use for cleaning up my cases. I just don't, and I don't like I don't like the amber color that they get down the road faster than my older one. So what I use the wet tumbler for now is I put my tumbler mix in there and I mix my bullets dry in there and they come out nice just the way I like them. So, but these 2 items I did not start out with, and that's why I'm not even going to have in the picture right now for you starting out. If you want one, and you can buy an RCBS tumbler, brand new, for, what was it, $129. You can buy an RCBS tumbler if you want to include this into your thing. But the basic tools that you really need is the press. The press costs $209, brand new at Midway, USA. That's where I buy most of my stuff. I did a little bit of research for you guys in order to build this video so that I wouldn't just be saying buy this, buy that, and not really actually doing the homework. But once you purchase that RCBS single stage press, you're good to go. That thing will resize the case, it will punch out the primer, it'll put the new primer in, and it will seat your bullet for you. That's all you need, that's all I have. You don't need a progressive press where every time you pull the handle out comes a bullet. Unless you're into shooting 10,000 rounds a day, I don't see the need for that kind of press or spending the money for it. And my press is as good as it was the day I bought it, and I've been using it for better than 40 years. So just keep that in mind. We're going to break down to one rifle at a time. Eventually, you'll have a set of dies. You need the press, and then you need a set of dies. Dies are what screw into the top of the press for each gun that you own. So every time you purchase a gun, you're going to want to purchase a set of dies. And these are, I do a lot of RCBS stuff. I like RCBS, I like Lee. I call it the working man's gear. Nothing wrong with it. You will not wear it out. This is my 30-06 dies. They're 40 years old. And a set of these dies I priced out this morning are still $39. Now granted, they were cheaper than that when I got into it, but $39, you will never wear these out. So $39 will get you the set of carbides, I mean a set of dies for your 30-06. So that's a must. You need the must is the press, the dies, and then you also need what's in here. This is a deburring tool. It has two ends. After you've cleaned your case, and I'll do this close up because we're later on down the road, but after you've cleaned your case, you put it in here gently, and you just take the burrs off the inside of the case. Then you flip it over, and you take the burrs off the outside of the case. And that's all that tool does, but you have to do it on each one of the cases. So that makes that a must. This one right here, when I buy stuff, I always label when I got it. I purchased this in 1988. Still using it. So, just an idea. And I didn't price out brass, but you're also gonna, I start out with 100 pieces of brass, but whatever you can get your hands onto is what you want to do for your gun. These are 30-06, so that's a must. The other must, and we're gonna go through this a little bit, not today, but you got to have a reloading manual. That's probably the first thing you should purchase in your list. And I would stay away from the kits. Like if you go to Cabela's and you go to some of these other places and they have a reloading kit, I think I would stay away from it because some I haven't priced out the kits and I haven't gone through them. But anytime if you look at a fly tying kit or you look at this kind of kit and that kind of kit, they're usually filled with a bunch of crap that you don't really need, but it makes the whole thing look a whole lot enticing to get you to probably spend your money. So personally, I would get online at Midway USA, go through there. They got a nice search button in there, and you can bring up all of this stuff. If you want to see everything that's RCBS, type in RCBS equipment, and boom, it's all right there. And the other thing, this is a bullet puller. I didn't price this out, but I'm pretty sure it's less than a set of dies. But this bullet puller, And I can't get into it right now because it's more technical than what this video is going to be. Inside of this bullet puller is a 30 caliber bullet holder. And what this does is when you're setting up your bullet for your rifle, you need to adjust that thing up and down. So it's going to take you a few tries. So what you do is you get in there and you set your calipers to what you want. It's either too short or too tall. If it's too short, you need to pull it out and start over. Like I said, we're going to get into a separate video on that. That's a video all by itself. But this is just another one of them tools that I didn't have when I first started out. I wish I did because it would have made my life a lot easier. But I had to start out with the basics. So the basics are dies, burring tool, bullet puller. You know, starting out to build your first rifle, you're going to want to find some powder. Now, powder used to be really, really cheap. You know, like you could buy powder for $13 a pound and less when I got into it. And so, you know, powder for me is a little bit, you can find it. Don't let anybody convince you can't find it. If you can't find what you're looking for, look and see what's available. Go to the manual and then build a bullet around that powder. Years ago, we didn't do that. We could purchase the powder we wanted. It was never an issue. But now we're sometimes finding a powder like this IMR 4350. I've been shooting this for a billion years. I've got plenty of it on hand, but every time I see it, or like right now, it is out of stock. But it doesn't matter to me because I've got a stock behind me. But if I was on my last pound, and this is one of them powders that I like, I would be scratching my head. But what happens is you end up going to a different powder and you end up building a different bullet. And that is the freedom that comes with this reloading. Is the number is equated with your rifle. So one of these holders might fit a half a dozen different rifles. So you find the number, and then you put this into your press. And this is what holds your case inside of your press. That's what holds your case. This was all of the cartridges, and this is $39 for all of the shell holders. This particular shell holder is flat. It doesn't sit in that press. What it goes to is this is a handheld primer, and slide one in there, and then you just sit there, and you can fill 100 cases just about that easy. One of the other things that you will need, along with this deburring tool, is once you have the primer punched out, there's the primer pocket. Now, some people clean it out and some don't. I'm in the camp that I clean it out so that I have a good clean pocket to push my primer into. And this is a pocket cleaner, and the same thing. It's kind of like a wire brush on the end of a screwdriver handle. You stick it up in there and you clean it out. And the same thing here. This is a double-ended pocket cleaner. It's for small rifle primers or large pistol primer, and same thing with the small pistol primer. But same thing. You stick this in there and you clean it out. It's that simple. And then after that would be cleaned, then you're ready to put the primer in, and you're also ready then to charge it with powder, and then you are ready to put a bullet into it. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna build one video where I build one box of bullets for you. Okay, this right here is the RCBS Rock Chucker single stage press that I have had for almost 40 years. This right here is where we were talking about the shell holder earlier. This is a shell holder. You see it's got a little tooth there. It slides in here very easily. And you need one of those for every rifle that you're going to reload for. This is a primer catch where this will punch out the primers. This right here is the resizing die and decapper. You see that pin right there? That pin drives out the primer. Screw this in, and once you've set all the dimensions for this, it's a done deal. You put it on, and then you're good to go. So you'd put your case in there, and you would push up. That's a 30-06. This is a 223. So I really, without going through some other stuff, I will set up and we will build a box of bullets. But anyways, that's a decapper and resizer. And once in a while, you'll damage this decapping pin, but they're replaceable, real easy to replace. I have extras on the shelf. I think I think I bought a bag of 100 last time I did it, and I think I've only bent, I don't know, 2 or 3 in my lifetime. So I think that's plenty, but it came that way for fairly cheap. So then this right here is the die. You do the same thing. You put it in, and this is the die for setting your bullet. And the same thing here, once you've got that set, you never touch it again. You screw it into place, tighten it down, put your case in there with the powder, put the bullet on top, and it's a done deal. So that's how that works, and that's why I call this your workhorse. Because you put a primer in here, hold it forward, then you can prime your, actually it goes up like this. Your primer's in this end, slide it in, pull it down, primer's set. So if you get yourself one of these, you don't need anything more than that press right there to build all the bullets that you want to build. With the exception of 22 long rifle and 22 mag, stuff like that. Everything that's a centerfire cartridge, you can reload with that press right there. And that's why, and like I said, 40 years. And you can buy this right now, brand new, at Medway for $209. So that's a pretty good deal. That's your basics. And hopefully I can clean this video up and make something decent of it.